It's just all of this information, which is really just this fear porn. The news is a system of control. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so that you can magnetize your ideal life. So I'm going to talk about how to deal with anxiety. So there is a lot of fear. There's a lot of anxiety in the world right now. All the panic about coronavirus, everyone's preparing for the end of the world and things like that. And I want to give you guys some tools to manage yourself, to manage your energy, because when you get stuck, you start to take on these patterns of fear and anxiety, worrying about the future, worrying about things that are out of your control. It lowers your vibration. It actually causes physical changes in your body. It shortens the telomeres in your DNA, which are responsible for your longevity. So one of the worst things you can do is live in fear. And I know it can be difficult living in such a chaotic and unpredictable world. And we are all living in a time of unprecedented change, unprecedented transformation. There's a lot going on in the world. There's no denying it. But you don't have to buy into all of this fear, all of this doubt, and all this anxiety that is crippling so many people. I was out in the grocery store yesterday, and all the toilet paper is gone. People are prepping. All the cold medicine and immune system boosters are gone. People are just freaking out, right? And I was talking to my mom today because I'm going to Los Angeles tomorrow. I'm flying out tomorrow, and she's like, "Oh, you sure you want to go? All this crazy stuff going on." And I'm like, "Mom, stop watching the news. You live out in the middle of nowhere." She lives out in the country. It's like you have nothing to worry about. Just turn off the TV, go spend some time in nature, and just, enjoy yourself. If we weren't constantly being bombarded with all this fear through the news every day, what would have actually changed? If you look around, what's actually changed? It's just all of this information, which is really just this fear porn. The news is a system of control. And what's been happening recently makes it very apparent just how much control those who own the news, the mainstream news media, have over us, citizens of the world. So anxiety is really, you get into these thought loops, like thinking about things you can't control. And it's almost always the future. It's almost always like something that's going to happen in the future, because right now, everything's fine. You're here, you're alive, you're breathing. You're okay. But it's when you start to get into these thought loops, like, oh, what's going to happen tomorrow when this thing comes here? And oh, when coronavirus comes to my city, or all these things. And it's like, you just start to spiral out of control, and you get disconnected from your body. You get disconnected from the present moment, and you just kind of rise up here, and you're up above your head, just playing out all these illusions in your mind. So it's really an illusion, right? And it's kind of like the Mandelbrot. It's kind of like the Mandelbrot fractals, if you've ever seen these. And it's like the more you start to, when you have a fear or something come up, the more you start to focus on it, the more that fear unfolds. It gets more and more detailed, more and more fearful scenarios start to play out in your mind, right? So the key is to stop that train of thought, stop that fearful pattern, and shift your focal point. Your focal point is determining your entire reality. It literally changes. The structure of your body changes based on the emotions that you're feeling, the thoughts that you're feeling. If you've ever seen Emoto's work with the water structuring, showing that basically when you project certain thoughts into water, it changes the crystalline structure of the water, changes the molecular structure, right? When you project fear and hatred into water, it forms these distorted patterns. But when you project love, happiness into water, it forms these beautiful geometrical patterns. And our human bodies are 70 to 80% water. So our thoughts and our feelings literally shape our bodies. They shape our reality around us. So keep that in mind and be very careful about where you're letting your thoughts take you. Okay, so now I want to get to the practical aspect of this, what to actually do, because you need to do something. You can try to make your thoughts change all day. You can think about trying to improve your thinking, but you need a practice. You need a way to ground yourself. That's a big part of anxiety is you're ungrounded. You're disconnected from the moment again. So the number one way to bring yourself back to the present moment and calm yourself down is breathing, using the breath. Specifically breathing through the belly. You'll notice that if you're feeling anxiety, you're almost always holding your breath, or you're breathing very shallow, and you're almost certainly breathing up here in your chest, tensing up your belly, breathing up in your chest. So breathe into your belly. Place your hands on your belly. Just take a deep breath. Hold it for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly. And just feel like you're really relaxing and settling into your body on the exhale. So again, take a deep breath into your belly. Hold it for a moment, and then exhale. And you can exhale out your mouth if you want. Feel your shoulders relax as you exhale. That's another thing. You notice that your body tenses up when you're anxious. Your shoulders rise up. You tense up, which also constricts the flow of energy in your body. So when you're feeling anxiety creeping up, just stop what you're doing and focus on your breath. Take some deep belly breaths. And I guarantee you that after a few minutes, do this for at least 5 minutes, you will feel much better. You'll feel much calmer and much more present in the moment. Another thing that's very helpful is spending time in nature. Get out of the city, get out of all this, all these thought forms people are sending out into the world. And, you can really feel the fear in the world right now. It's quite interesting. There's just this wave of darkness spreading across the world, but you don't have to fall into that. Get out of the city, go spend some time in nature, go connect with a tree, go walk on a beautiful hike, and you'll feel so much more peaceful, so much more connected and in the flow, because nature harmonizes us. Our bodies are wired to be connected with nature. There's certain chemicals we absorb when we're in nature, and it makes us feel good. So spend some time in nature every day, and I guarantee you will feel much better. Another really helpful thing for cutting down on anxiety: stop watching the news. Stop paying attention to what's happening on the news. It's never anything good. You never hear the good things that are happening in the world. You only hear about the most terrible, fearful, horrific things. It's a control system. Don't buy into it. Don't watch the news. In fact, you can avoid Facebook and things like that. Facebook is the place where people just post their negativity, their fearfulness and things like that. So avoid that if you need to as well. And there's one more practice I want to share with you because it's very helpful. And this is really about grounding. As I said, anxiety is often caused by a lack of grounding. And the more that you buy into this state of anxiety, the more you start to invest in these fearful thoughts and go off on these loops, the more ungrounded you get, the more disconnected from the moment you get. So I'm going to show you a very simple practice to ground yourself. And this is quite similar to the belly breathing we were doing. We're just going to add another layer to it. So make sure your feet are on the earth, whether you're sitting or standing up. Feel your feet on the earth. Just really feel the soles of your feet. You can kind of give them a little massage to help anchor your awareness there. So feeling your feet on the earth. And then feel like you have these roots growing out of your feet. Maybe just a few feet down, maybe 10 feet down, maybe all the way to the center of the earth. Just whatever you can feel, just feeling down beneath your feet. Like you're sending out these energetic roots. And then getting into that belly breathing. I feel like you're breathing up from the earth into these roots, up your legs and into your belly. Then exhale from your belly, down your legs, through the roots and into the earth. Again, breathing up from the earth, through the legs into your belly. Exhaling back down to the earth. Feel like you're releasing your anxiety, releasing your stress, whatever you're holding on to, you can just exhale it into the earth. Breathing again. And so you're just breathing up and down from the earth. And this really, again, grounds you. You wire yourself into the earth. You absorb this cool, grounded energy from the earth. It brings you into the present moment. And this is just such a helpful practice. Again, do this for even 5 minutes a day, and I guarantee you will feel much more centered. And you can really do this any time of the day. If you're at work or something, you're starting to feel some anxiety, just feel your feet on the earth, breathe up and down from the earth as you're doing whatever you're doing, and it keeps you in the moment. You can't be focused on all these illusions of the future and these fearful thoughts when you're focusing on breathing up and down from the earth. So I hope you find this helpful. Remember what I've said, use these tools. I've shown you the tools that will help you greatly, but you have to use them. So thank you for watching this video, and remember, there's nothing to be afraid of, We're actually living in quite an exciting time, and all this distraction we're getting, all this fearful stuff being bombarded on the news is really an act of desperation, because we are in the middle of a paradigm shift, and we're going to see some incredible transformations in our life. So stay focused on the light, stay focused on your love, on your joy. Be like a child, be playful, go have fun, We don't have to be so serious. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment below. What did you feel when you did the breathing practices? Did you feel more calm and more centered? Or maybe share with everyone what you do to avoid anxiety. Thank you and have a great day, my friends.